From Hollywood, in color, here come the Newlyweds. Yes, it's the Newlywed Game. And now let's meet our newlywed couples for today. Couple number one. He was playing the drums in a band the first time he saw her and was so impressed that first he lost the beat and then stopped playing altogether. Married just 19 weeks, Bruce and Linda Kendler. Couple number two. He first noticed her during a volleyball game because she was small and quick, and also because she could play better than he could. Married just 9 weeks ago, Bill and Grace Tittle. Couple number three. He discovered there were others listening to the mushy tapes he was sending her from overseas when her mother wrote, "It's so good hearing your voice." Married just 9 months, Jim and Jan Hoover. Couple number four. This sentimental newlywed bride saved the ivy from her wedding bouquet, and now it's growing on her kitchen window. Married just 19 weeks ago, George and Jerry Benetato. Those are our newlyweds for today. And here's your host, star of the Newlywed Game, Bob Eubank.
Thank you and welcome to the Newlywed Game. So we have four bright-eyed and eager young newly married couples, all in place and ready to start trying to match answers and win a grand prize chosen especially for them. That all begins right after this message.
This is Carnation Instant Milk. The milk that's all muscle and no fat. It gives you all the muscle of regular milk, all the protein, calcium, B vitamins, but none of the fat. Drink the milk that's all muscle and no fat. Carnation Instant Non-Fat Milk.
He needs the big dog food. With big protein to keep him healthy, big taste to keep him happy. Whiskey's Mix the big dog food. Big protein, big taste. Big package, only the price is small. Friskies Mix the big dog food from Carnation.
All right, gentlemen, here we go, the Newlywed Game. As you know, your wives have been secluded off stage and cannot hear your answers. I'm going to ask you some questions and want each of you to answer them as you predict your wife will. Now, if your prediction matches your wife's answer, you'll be awarded 5 points. And the one couple with the most points will win an exciting grand prize that's been selected especially for them. So remember, gentlemen, answer these questions as you predict your wives will. Here's number one. Gentlemen, when it came to horseplay on your first few dates, will your wife say she behaved more like a phony pony, a moral sorrel, or a full-speed-ahead thoroughbred? George?
I think she behaves kind of moral.
A moral sorrel. All right.
Yeah,
Jim?
I'd say a full-speed-ahead thoroughbred.
Full-speed-ahead thoroughbred.
Right. No doubt about it.
You're sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. Bill?
Full speed ahead.
Full-speed-ahead thoroughbred.
Right.
Bruce?
I'd have to say moral sorrel.
Moral sorrel. All right. Next question, gentlemen. How many light bulbs will your wife say there are in your apartment that turn on with the pull of a string or chain? And Jim, we'll start with you.
There isn't a single one.
None. 0. All right, Bill?
No one. 0. We have all switches.
All right, Bruce?
0.
0 again. George?
1. Just,
1.
Yeah, just in the pantry. In the pantry is the only one.
Oh, all right, fine. Last of our 5-point questions. Gentlemen, will your wife say you would prefer to see her figure stretched up or out? Bill?
I'd say stretched up because it's starting to stretch out.
Starting to stretch out.
Right.
Bruce?
I would say out.
Out.
No doubt about it.
Fine. George?
I don't think she will have either one of it because she's tall, but she's wide. I think up.
Stretched up.
Yeah.
Jim?
I'm going to have to say out because it's, I don't know, it's kind of a common thing around the house to talk about how thin she's getting lately. So I'm going to have to say out.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much for your answers. We'll be right back to reunite the newlyweds, and we'll see how well the husbands have predicted what their wives will say right after these messages.
We've picked this bus garage to make a point about household cleaning. The floor is loaded with oil and grease ground in by heavy bus tires. A cleaning job for experts, people who can't pussyfoot around with dirt. They use an industrial strength cleaner, far stronger than any cleaner now in your home. Unless you've discovered Janitor in a Drum from Texsize, the same industrial strength cleaner used by experts and now available for home use. Janitor in a Drum cuts through dirt and grease faster than conventional cleaners. Lets you tackle tough jobs you couldn't cope with before. And big jobs that used to take forever. Get new Janitor in a Drum, first industrial strength cleaner for home use.
Kids today, wow, have they got it made. Take sneakers, for instance. My mother wouldn't let me wear them. She thought they weren't good enough for my feet. But mothers today know better. They know even though sneakers look alike, there's a big difference. Because there's one sneaker that really helps kids have healthy feet. This one, the PF. Doesn't look much different, except that it wears like crazy. But most important is something you can't see. Because inside every PF is a little wedge called Posture Foundation. What does it do? It helps distribute body weight to the outside of the foot where it belongs, so that there's less strain on active young foot and leg muscles. PF's big difference helps healthy feet grow up that way. So look for PF for your kids. Even my mother approves of it.
Okay, gentlemen, we've recorded your predictions on cards. You now have them in your lap. Now, every time that your prediction matches your wife's answer, you'll be awarded 5 points. And then the one couple with the most points at the end of the show will win a grand prize that's been selected especially for them. Here's question number 1, and it's 5-pointer. Girls, when it came to horseplay on your first few dates, did you behave more like a moral sorrel, a phony pony, or a full-speed-ahead thoroughbred? Linda?
I'd have to say a full-speed-ahead thoroughbred.
A full-speed-ahead thoroughbred. Bruce said you behave just like a moral sorrel.
Oh.
Idiot.
You're wrong.
You're the one that's wrong, not me.
Grace?
What was the second one?
The second one was a phony pony.
I said full. What's the third one?
I'll read them all three. A moral sorrel, a phony pony, or a full-speed-ahead thoroughbred.
A full-speed.
Full-speed-ahead
Yeah.
thoroughbred? All right. Bill predicted you to say that you behave just like a full-speed-ahead thoroughbred. That's right. You get 5 points. Jan?
Full-speed-ahead thoroughbred.
Full-speed-ahead thoroughbred. Jim said you behave just like a full-speed-ahead thoroughbred. That's right. Jerry?
I would say the one about the moral, was it?
Moral sorrel?
Yes, because I was very moral and I, really played hard to get.
Moral sorrel. George said you behave just like a moral sorrel. Next question, girls. How many light bulbs are there in your apartment that turn on with the pull of a string or chain? How many of them, Grace?
None.
0. Bill said there are 0, right? You get 5 more points. Jan?
None.
None. Jim said there's 0. Correct. 5 points for you. Jerry?
I think there's 1.
1. Your husband predicted there is. Top card. 1, right? And Linda?
I think it's just 1, a blue hanging lamp.
Just 1. Bruce said there's 0.
Oh, honey, you're never going to win.
You're beautiful. Beautiful.
Here's the last of our 5-point questions. Girls, would your husband prefer to see your figure stretched up or out? Up or out? Jan?
Out.
Out. He said he'd like to see your figure stretched out. Correct. 5 points.
Beautiful.
Jerry, up or out?
I think up, because he's always complaining about my weight and how wide I'm
He
getting.
said he'd like to see your figure stretched up. Correct. Linda?
Joey says I'm too fat, so I'll say up.
Up. Bruce said out.
Oh, honey.
You're going out now.
I know it.
Grace, up or out?
Out, because I'm going out.
Out. He said up.
Up because you're going out.
No, I'm not. I'm going...
I mean, you're not.
Well...
Our couple, thank you very much for your answers. 10-point questions are next, and we'll be right back with Just the Wives to see how well they predict what their husbands will say on the Newlywed Game in just a moment. But first, no matter what the weather's like, Johnny Jenkins is always bright and shiny with gifts for our couple. John?
Thank you, Bob. And for today's Newlywed Wives, it's bright and shining Town and Country Tableware by Washington Ford. America's famous tableware. It's got beautiful Fleetwood handles with mirror-bright stainless steel, and it's all dishwasher safe. Each of our newlywed husbands will really swing out in style with their action-ready, fashion-right casual slacks, Carshuals by Carwood, cited as a fashion pace-setter. For today's second-place winning couple, it's the newest concept in folding furniture, beautifully styled by Costco. This set features glistening frames enhanced by rich black upholstery, a Costco exclusive. You can count on Costco for quality. Now let's return to Bob Eubanks and those amazing newlyweds.
John, thank you very much. Our girls, your husbands have been secluded off stage, and now it's your turn to predict how they will answer these 10-point questions. So here's question 1 for 10 points. Girls, since you've been married, will your husband say he has or has not ever bet his sweet Bippy? Jan?
Yes, he has bet his sweet Bippy.
He has, all right. Grace?
He has.
He has. Linda?
I don't really know what it is, but I'll say he has.
You'll say he has. Jerry?
Definitely, that's all he says.
That's all he says. He has been. Next question, girls. How many days late will your husband say is the latest he's ever paid your rent? Grace?
2 days.
2 days. Linda?
I'd have to say 0 because he's never been late.
0. Never been late. Jerry?
I'd say about, well, it's close to 2 weeks. About 10 days.
10 days.
Yeah, because the landlady kept coming up, and we had to pretend we weren't home.
Right. Jan?
He's always late, but 5 days, I
5 days. Next question, girls. What will your husband say is his least favorite playground game? His least favorite playground game. Linda?
I'd have to say basketball because I've never seen him play basketball. That's a playground game.
Basketball, sure. Jerry?
Could hunting apply? Because we always, every time he says he wants to go hunting, we always get into a big argument about it. And
I don't think you would hunt on a playground. I don't know, you know. Depends on what you're hunting, I guess.
Well, probably tennis, because I love tennis, and he never wants to play. And
Jan?
Basketball because he's
Basketball. Grace?
He plays almost everything.
Least favorite?
I know. I'll say bowling.
Bowling. Now, bowling, I don't think you'd bowl on a playground either.
You could?
You could?
Yeah, you know, if you have those plastic ones, you know.
Okay. Bowling then. All right.
Yeah.
Here's a 25-point bonus question, girls. Will your husband say the very last person he spoke to on the phone at home was a man, a woman, a teenager, or a child? Jerry?
I think a man, because usually he always talks to his business partner.
Man. Jan?
A woman, my mother. I guess.
Woman. Grace?
My dad, he called early this morning.
Man.
No, he talked real nice, but he got mad because he got home about 2:30 last night.
No, I didn't say mad. I said man, right?
Man,
Yes. The last person he talked to on the phone was a man?
Yeah, it was my dad.
Mad? No, man. Linda?
It would be a man, and it was his father, and he'd better get that right.
Man. Ladies, thank you very much for your answers. We'll be back with the husbands to compare answers on the Newlywed Game in just a moment. But first, it's a beautiful bride and Bruce and Linda Kendler's wedding day.
What causes my heartburn, my indigestion?
In your stomach, excess acid may build, and build can cause acid indigestion, heartburn, that burning sensation. But Rolaids, with its exclusive buffering compound, has thousands of absorbent particles. Each consumes 47 times its weight in excess stomach acid. Gives fast, lasting relief. Rolaids consumes 47 times its weight in excess stomach acid.
Like it?
Beautiful. But even this wouldn't brighten my smile.
Oh,
Denture stains.
you need my Effidin tablets. Watch.
It's turning blue.
That means Effidin's bubbles are scrubbing away at stain and odor. When the blue disappears, dentures are cleaned.
I'll try it. Hi. Your Effidin's a joy.
Oh?
Now everything's coming up roses.
Effident removes stubborn stains between teeth in minutes.
Here comes Rubbermaid Shelf Liner. Lies flat and stays in place without sticky adhesive or tacks. Rubbermaid Shelf Liner is long-lasting, completely washable. Just wipe it off. Installation? Just roll it out. That's all. No sticky adhesive. And now until May 3rd, the $1.98 package is on sale at $1.66. The 98-cent rolls at 86 cents. These are Rubbermaid bathtub appliques. Press them down in your tub, and they help you stay on your feet. It's nice when making your bathtub safer makes the whole bathroom prettier, too. If you have more than one bathroom, try the Rubbermaid Safety Grip Bathtub Mat with hundreds of suction cups to keep it firm. Rubbermaid Safety Grip Bathtub Mats and appliques.
All right, now, gentlemen, let's see how well your wives have predicted what you will say. And remember, these questions will now be worth 10 points. So here's question number 1 for 10 points. Gentlemen, since you've been married, have you or have you not ever bet your sweet Bippy? This is since you've been married, Bill.
I would have to say yes on that.
Yes, you've bet your sweet Bippy, all right?
Right.
Your wife predicted that he has. That's correct, and you got 10 points. Jim, you're in deep thought.
Boy, am I ever. That's become a pretty popular thing, though. And I'm sure that I have said it. So
You sure you've bet your
I have
sweet
bet
Bippy?
my sweet Bippy.
All right, your wife predicted that she's sure that you have, too. That's correct.
Great.
George?
You bet your sweet Bippy, we'll bet our sweet Bippy.
Oh, all right. Jerry predicted that he has. Correct, and 10 points for you. Bruce, you've got 0. What do you think?
I would say yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Bruce, you've got 10. Next question for 10 points. Gentlemen, how many days late is the latest you've ever paid your rent? How many days late? Jim, we'll start with you this time.
You would. How many days or?
How many days late is the latest
I'll
you've
say
ever
1
paid
week,
your rent?
7 days.
7 days late? All right. She says 5 days.
We were 7 days late a couple times.
You've not looked them?
You mean you knew it was 7, but you didn't want to make
Yeah, well, I just didn't want to know.
didn't want to make it sound bad, right? George?
Well, I'm not ashamed. About 10.
10. All right. Your wife predicted you would say it was 10 days. That's right. Bruce, here's your chance to really pick up 10 more points.
We've been on time every time.
Oh,
Your answer then is
No days.
no days. Linda predicted you would say never late. That's right. You got 10 more.
I usually haven't heard.
Bruce, you're making a comeback.
I'm trying.
Bill, how many days late is the latest you've ever paid your rent?
I don't believe that she knows that it's due on the 3rd, but I always pay it on the 4th, so I have to say 1 day.
1 day. She said.
Johnny, it was 2 days.
When?
The second time.
It's always on the 4th. Look at the canceled checks.
We don't have any cancel checks.
You never get them back.
Here's the last of our 10-point questions. Gentlemen, what is your least favorite playground game? Least favorite playground game. And George, we'll start with you.
I don't go too much for any playground game, but she bugs me all the time about playing tennis, and I can't stand
Tennis.
it.
All right.
I'm too
Your
heavy
wife
for
predicted
tennis.
your least favorite playground game is tennis. That's correct. And you got 10 more. Bruce?
Wow. I would have to say tennis also.
Tennis is your least favorite.
Honey, basketball. I didn't know.
I like basketball.
Well, I never saw you play it. You never played tennis either.
Well, do you play basketball?
Well, no.
Then how'd you ever see me play basketball?
Be quiet.
You don't like basketball, huh?
I do. That's your idea. That's
Well, I
right.
didn't know. I just took a guess. I never saw him play in a playground. I
You
didn't
play in
know.
playground?
Yeah. Basketball.
Bill?
Actually, all the sports are favorites with me.
What's your least favorite playground game?
I'll have to go along with tennis because I
Tennis.
just don't like it.
Your wife said your least favorite is bowling.
Oh, I was in 3 leagues.
I know, but
What do you think those trophies are? Think I do if I don't like it?
She says bowling is your least favorite playground game.
You don't bowl on the playground.
yes, you can. You can buy those plastic things. I used to have a set.
Did you? What'd you do with it?
I gave it away for a present.
I bet you they were happy.
They were.
Jim, you've had a long time to think about this.
I sure have.
What's your least favorite playground game, Jim?
Well, since tennis has been brought up so much, I'm going to say tennis because
say
I've never
tennis.
played tennis.
Your wife said it's basketball.
What's the matter with basketball?
I never watch it on TV. We watch everything else.
Remember that contest I was in for the basketball?
Double, thank you very much for your answers. We'll be back with a big 25-point bonus question to see which couple will win their grand prize in just a moment. But first, let's join Bruce and Linda Kendler in a wedding toast.
Oh, Fab, they put real borax in you. Oh, Fab, I'm glad there's borax in you.
You can see why I'm glad they put real borax in Fab. It works, even on the grubbiest clothes.
It's a new kind of clean you want to get close to. Oh, Fab, we're glad they put real borax in you.
I've been driving since 6 this morning. Sorry I offend you.
Oh, honey, I'm your wife. Well, who will tell you if I don't? You have perspiration odor.
Yeah, well, I use a deodorant.
Well, you need more. You need Palmolive Gold.
Palmolive Gold has more hexachlorophene to stop odor than any other leading deodorant soap.
Are we friends?
Lover.
Palmolive Gold, deodorant soap.
All right, gentlemen, here it is, your big 25-point bonus question. This one's worth 25 points. We'll decide who our winners for today will be. Currently, couple number 4, George and Jerry, you're out in front. You've got 45 points, but the other couples can still catch you. So here it is, our 25-point bonus question. Gentlemen, was the very last person you spoke to on the phone at home a child, a teenager, a man, or a woman? The last person you spoke to on the phone, meaning you personally, gentlemen. And we'll start with couple number 1. Bruce and Linda, you've got 20 points. Bruce, you were way behind a few minutes ago. You're now in reach of the winning position because the correct answer would give you 45 points, and you can tie for the lead.
I would have to say a man.
A man. Your wife said a man. That's right for 25. Okay, now you're tied for the lead. Couple number 2. Bill and Grace, you've got 20 points. 25 would give you 45. Bill, if you get this right, it'll be a 3-way tie for the lead. If you miss it, you'll have last place all to yourself. So for 25 points, was the last person you spoke to on the phone at home a child, a teenager, a man, or a woman?
Well, I got off work at 2:30 and I got a phone call this morning at 6 o'clock from a man, so I'd have to say a man.
A man, all right. A man is right. You got 25 points. Go to couple number 3. Jim and Jan, you have 25 points yourself. If you get this right, you'll have 50 points, and you can take over first place with a correct answer. However, Jim, miss this question, and you end up in last place.
Well, Last night, in the middle of the night, I was rudely awakened by a telephone call, and it was a man.
A man. Your wife said it was a woman.
Yes, I can remember. I'm sorry. Country in the nose.
Couple number 4, George and Jerry, you have 45 points. George, when I started to ask this question, you were in first place. You still are in first place, but you're sharing that lead with 2 other couples. Get it right, and you'll win a grand prize selected especially for you and your wife. If you miss it, you can do no worse than a tie for first place.
Can I have the question, please, again? I was
sure. What was the was the very last person you spoke to on the phone at home? A child, a teenager, a man, or a woman?
Her father called, but...
What is your answer, please?
I think my second... it's a woman.
A woman.
Oh, could you? You never talk to women on the phone. Oh.
Surprise, surprise. We've got a tie now. As you know, before each show, our couples predict what their final score will be, just for occasions like this. The tying couple that comes closest to predicting without going over their final score will be today's winner. If all the tying couples' predictions exceed their final score, then the couple coming closest will win. So let's move to our couples and see who will be our winning couple. First of all, Bruce and Linda, here you are tied for the lead. Show me your prediction, Bruce. You have 45. You predicted 35. You did not go over. Hang on to it. Couple number 2, Bill and Grace, you have 45. You predicted 40. You did not go over. Couple number 4, George and Jerry, you have 45. Show me your prediction, George. It's right there in front of you. You predicted 50. Couple number 2, Bill and Grace, you're our grand prize winners today. And now, Bill and Grace, here's something special just for you. We know you have an item in your apartment that you often use, but you would like to get rid of it and replace it with one that works better. Well, that's exactly what you can do now, because the grand prize you've just won is a handsome new console stereo.
Yes, Grace and Bill from Motorola, you'll have this beautiful console stereo high-fidelity record player. Space-age achievement brings you the sound of excellence in this richly designed cabinet. The built-in solid-state FM, AM, and FM stereo radio will bring the world of sound into your home, and the automatic record changer with a featherlight arm will not damage your record. The entire unit shuts off automatically as the last record is played. And this beautiful stereo is all yours as today's lucky winners of the Newlywed Game.
Bill and Grace, congratulations to you. Being our winners today on the Newlywed Game. Remember to stay tuned for Jim Lang and the Dating Game. Bob Eubanks. Thank you, and goodbye for now.